All right, traders, the green streak continues. This is now the 10th consecutive green day in a row. Within this video, I'm going to be recapping the trades that I ended up making using my key levels to have another successful green day. I'm going to be sharing with you the trading strategies. As of now, I'm currently here in Manhattan, New York. Let's get straight into the analysis. So, in terms of the overall trading plans, we were interested in call options. And if you were to do call options at my key levels, you could have made money or you could have lost money. It depends on how you traded the key levels. So our first key level, which was the highest one, was at the gap. SPY has been reversing at this at the gaps lately at 446.50. Now, me personally, in terms of what I told my team, because we don't blindly trade our plans, we actually trade what we see. We don't just blindly enter into key levels of interest. We're interested in doing call options. So in terms of the update that I gave my team, I was watching the price action. I didn't like it. I didn't feel confident or comfortable trading this price action. So one thing I would encourage you to do is if you don't feel comfortable or confident trading something, then just sit on the sidelines and wait. Wait for a better setup, wait for a better level, wait for the right opportunity. You will know it. You will feel it within your intuition, right? So in terms of the analysis that I had posted to my team, I said right here at 10:39 a.m. that I don't like how we're reacting at the gap. So I will be waiting for these levels to potentially buy call options. 445.10 is okay. We knew that wasn't the best level. I made it very, very clear that 445.10 was support, but I'm not too interested in it. And then I also said, in terms of our key levels for calls, is going to be 444 to 444.50. That is the zone where we should bounce when it is tested, which is going to be an amazing zone for calls. So what I ended up doing was I sat on the sidelines. I did not buy calls at the gap, even though I was interested and wanted to. And the reason why is I didn't feel confident. I didn't feel comfortable. I don't like trading that early. But the 30-minute chart, was just forming red, bearish 30-minute candlesticks. There was no bullish confirmation. If there's no bullish confirmation in that 30-minute chart and we're selling off hard on that red 30-minute at our key level, then I'm going to be avoiding calls and I'm going to be waiting for my next best levels. Because if you looked at the overall key levels that I posted for my calls, I was interested in 444 to 444.50. And then right here, this is the update that I gave later on throughout the day. I made it very, very clear the new best zone for calls, this was posted at 11:16 a.m., is going to be 443 to 442.80. 443, 443.02 was literally the low on the day. You could have crushed it with that overall trade idea. I made it very, very clear within my chat. This was all posted in real time. We're approaching major support. When SPY goes to 443 and the calls go out of the money, they should quickly spike right back in the money. You're going to want to be buying calls at that 443 level. That ended up working out multiple times. The reason why we like that 443 level is because the SPY had very, very strong support at 442.75, where it quickly spiked all the way to 444.60 in just 30 minutes not too long ago. That was on September 7th. It was very strong key support that was not tested. It was a very key oversold level. So, using the 30-minute chart, I was able to avoid buying calls at our highest level of interest in terms of buying calls. Now, in terms of our next level, which was 445.10, I ended up taking a small position on calls. I bought it at the key level. I knew it wasn't going to be great. I knew I wasn't too confident in it. I took a small size. SPY went 15 cents against me. When I got in the trade, I cut my loss that quickly. That is what a scalper is supposed to do. What you must understand is, in terms of scalping, we take profits very, very quickly. And if you're wondering how quickly we take our profits, if not seconds, then minutes. In terms of my average profit taking time, I would say it would be about 3 minutes. That would be my average. Sometimes I take profits within 1 to 2 minutes. Sometimes I take profits within 5 to 7 minutes, but I do it extremely quickly. I received a couple comments from people yesterday who were buying puts, shorting the exact top for the time being of day at 449 and 450, 451. And guess what? They said they were up 30%, 20%, 40%. They held their contracts. They flipped red. You deserve to be red. If you are trying to day trade and hold based off the analysis that I'm giving you, you deserve to be red. I am showing you how to master scalping. And that is what it is that we do as traders. So in terms of the trades that were made, like I said, I took a very, very quick small loss. I was literally out within 2 minutes. So I cut my losses even quicker than my wins. I cut them super fast. If it goes against me, I'm out. Doing that is going to train you to time things properly and to raise your standards very, very high. and you're going to understand how to profit off of the MMs. You're going to understand how to profit off of stop losses. You're going to understand how to profit off of people's incompetence because you're trading at such a lightning speed. Think of all the incompetence in the market. These people who are treating, trading like a dating app, like Tinder, where they're just entering their order and they're swiping up. Think about all the incompetence, how slow people are to fill out their orders, to swipe up using certain apps, right? We're taking advantage of everything we can take advantage of possibly by scalping super quickly, like snipers, in and out within seconds to minutes, right? Within that split movement, there's a lot of unawareness of these small tiny things, and these small tiny things is what we're doing. We're profiting off of these very very small moves, and we figured out how to make a very lucrative profit at doing it by not taking big position sizes, which is doing short-term expirations on SPY, and also not only short-term expirations on SPY, but buying contracts that are at the money or that are barely out of the money, right? So like 20, 30, 40 cents out of the money, and then selling them straight back in the money. That is how you profit big, like I showed you guys in yesterday's video, like we did with the 449 puts. So I got stopped out super quickly. I knew 445 10 wasn't going to be great. The reason why I said that wasn't going to be a great level and I wasn't interested in it in terms of my analysis is because it already played out. There was support here at 445.10. It narrowly hit that support, and then it had a big move to the upside. So it already played out in a sense. When a key support level already plays out multiple times, in a sense, I'm not too interested in it. Plus, it's not the best level for calls. So in terms of the levels for calls, these were the ones I was interested in. I'm gonna show you this. This is where I made my profit for the day. My zone was $444, the low of this level, and then right here, this was the top of the zone, 444.50. I was buying calls in between that zone. And I told my team 444.30 is the best price to buy calls. The exact low was 444.28. That played out perfectly. We hit calls. And then I told my team after that, when I was done making $2,000 profit, the new best price to buy calls is at 443 because that's the next key support level, right? So that's how we came up with our levels. And just to show you one thing, I already went over this in my videos if you watched like a week ago, but this was another reason why I was interested in buying calls at 444 to 444.50. If you go to the pre-market chart, right? So if I quickly go to the pre-market chart here, you're gonna see this was previous resistance that really wasn't retested in a sense. So let me show you the pre-market chart. You can see right here, the SPY had resistance at 444.60. It also had some resistance right here at 444.30. That's a resistance zone. When the SPY broke above that resistance, it had a massive breakout and it triggered a massive bear trap. So the point being is, when it drops back down to that previous resistance, even if the overall trend was bearish like today, for a quick scalp, for a quick snipe, it should react as a support and it should bounce first. So when the SPY hit that key previous resistance level for the first time, which was today when it tested, I ended up buying calls and I alerted real time, and that's where I made my profit, going with the key oversold level. So the point is, I lost $700 trading at. So if we just quickly recap, right? So first trade I was interested in doing was calls at the gap. I did not do calls at the gap because it was bearish. The 30-minute chart was bearish. So reading the price action, trading what I see, I was able to avoid a loss instead of blindly following a trading plan of interest using a confirmation. Now, there will be other situations where I do not use a confirmation and I just get in on the trade. That's more advanced. Something has to be brewing. Something has to be leading up to it. I have to have super high confidence. I have to be feeling it. I have to have that intuition there in the moment. It can't just be based off of video as well. There's a lot of things that lead up to it. Like I said, I wasn't feeling confident. I wasn't feeling comfortable. I didn't like the time of day. And the 30-minute was bearish. Things weren't looking good. And I looked at my key levels and I said, you know what? I'm just going to wait. I have 445.10 and I don't even like 445.10 because it already played out. So why should I like 446.50? It's a higher level. I get it. It's a gap and SPY's been reversing at the gap, but it just didn't make sense. So then I told myself the two next levels are 444 to 444.50. And I said that should bounce, which worked out perfectly. And then the updated analysis from there was $443. That worked out perfectly. I told him 443 is the new best level to buy calls. I already made my profit in terms of buying calls at 444 to 444.50, and I called it. So in terms of the trade, that's why I ended up buying calls at this zone. You can see visually right here in terms of my alerts. If I type in, 444 calls, this is all alerted real time. I kept on adding because I was extremely confident in the trade. I was never really down on the trade. I kept adding into bullish confirmation. I alerted it at 11:01 a.m. and then at 11:03 a.m. I added more, and then at 11:05 a.m. I added more. So in terms of those entries, if we go right here, let's see. and we go to that key level. The key level was 444, so right around here. So if you go to that overall zone, this is literally where I was buying. I started buying right here at 11:01 a.m. and then I kept adding. I kept adding right here because it kept forming higher support, right? And then I quickly sold into the rip. That's what I did in a sense, and that was all alerted real time, as you could see right here, right? It had a very, very nice spike. It went to 400, and let's see how quickly did that spike. I think it went to 90, 444, 90 on that. Let me double check this. So it went from, I was getting in, my average was at like 444.40, and it went to 445.20. That was a very nice scalp that worked out perfectly, right? And then my level 443 worked out phenomenally. I didn't trade it, but it worked out phenomenal. So the moral of the story is, man, first of all, trade what you see. You need to trade what you see. If you don't see a confirmation, if you don't feel comfortable, if you don't feel confident, don't get into the key level and focus on the best levels that haven't been tested. I knew in advance that 445.10 was not a good level. I was interested in calls at the 446.51, but the SPY was just looking too bearish at the time. I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel confident, so I sat on the side. And then my two best levels, 444, 444.50, worked out perfectly. I hit that $2,000 profit. Trade before that, trade not the best level, 445.10, cut my loss quickly, $700 loss, in and out like that, 2 minutes, cut my loss super quickly like that. If I would have held that loss, if I would have added into that loss, if I would have held my hopes, I would have been down thousands of dollars on the day. And then I would have dug myself in a hole where I'm trying to go from red to green instead of having a small red trade where I can just go quickly green off just one nice quick little trade. And I'm going to make it very, very clear, man. I hate losing. I hate losing. So if you despise losing and you hate losing, there's two things you have to do. First of all, you have to make sure that your losses are microscopic. You have to make sure they're super small. You need to cut your losses within seconds to 1 to 2 minutes. That's how quickly those losses need to be cut as a scalper. So you need to make sure, because you are going to lose. You cannot hold your hopes. You cannot hold your losers. You cannot turn your green trades into red trades. You can't do any of that. You need to cut your losses quickly. But since I hate losing personally so much, I hate it. I hate going red on the day and then trying to flip back to the green. It's very frustrating, but it's not so frustrating if your losses are small. But since I do hate losing, what I do is I try my best to win. I try my best to have very, very high standards. I try my best to size in accordingly, and I try my best to stack everything within my favor, right? So if I'm reading my plan and it's saying the best levels are 444, 444.50, and it's saying 443 is another best level, that's where I'm going to be interested in buying those call options. And if I do a trade before that, I understand it's not the best thing. I cut my loss super quickly. Maybe I'll take a lighter size. What I'm telling you is, man, you need to be extremely strategic if you do not want to lose within this market. You must prepare everything in advance and you must trade what you see. You can be very interested days before and have a great plan to buy calls at a specific level. But when that level hits and you're seeing it's bearish, you're not feeling comfortable, you're not feeling confident, then what I would tell you is I would tell you to wait for the next best level. That's what I would tell you. What is the rush? Look at this, man. What is the reason to buy calls? Look at the 30-minute chart. Every single 30-minute candle is just going down. It's just crashing. It's just going red. So you're not trading what you see if you bought calls towards 446.50 or even at 445.10. But like I said, with the levels that I gave out and the information, I even took calls at 445.10, not the best level, but I cut it so fucking quick because I knew it was going to be a great trade, right? But anyways, even on a super bearish day, SPY's down 1.20%. SPY's down over 5 points on the day. I was able to alert calls in advance at the exact lows for the time being. We were alerting calls right here, literally at the lows at 444.50. That was planned in yesterday's video. And then after that, when it played out and I took my profits, what did I tell my team? I told my team the best level for calls is going to be right here at $443. We're approaching major support, $443. That's where it's going to spike. 443 to 442.80 is the next best zone for calls. So the point being is, even though SPY is super bearish on the day, if you would have scalped at my best key levels, you would have had a very nice green day today. So in a sense, that's my style of trading. Yesterday was a very, very bullish day on the SPY, and all my profit came from buying puts. I was buying the puts and shorting the SPY at the exact tops. 449, went out of the money, straight back in the money. 451, went out of the money, straight back in the money. we nailed puts. Today, I did the same thing on calls. I hit calls first, not at the best level, 445.10, cut my loss within 2 minutes, all good. After that, I hit my calls at 444, 40 to 50, sold into the quick 40-cent spike very, very quickly, made a $2,000 profit. After that, I told my team, I'm done for the day. I just flipped red to green. Today is slow. Today is choppy. I'm traveling. I don't like the price action. I'm not feeling as comfortable. I'm not feeling as confident. I don't like the way that SPY is trading. I get it. A lot of you guys are bearish because of the confirmations and you're trading what you see, but these weren't my key levels for puts. My key levels for puts are at the key resistance level. If you're just trading price action and you're just trading candlesticks, then yeah, by all means, you can go ahead and buy puts with bearish confirmations. But I'm more strategic than that. I personally like trading oversold levels for calls and overbought levels for puts. And I understand how to trade what I see. And I understand, even if I'm trading against the overall trend, where that trend is going to have a short flip. And those short flips as a scalper, if you know when they're going to happen before they happen, are very, very lucrative profits. I'm telling you, look at the calls. If you go to 445 calls, you would have if you were buying 445 calls, when I was buying these calls right here, this quick little spike from 444.30 all the way to $445, that quick spike, that's a massive profit on calls. And that was all strategically planned in advance. And like I said, I didn't do calls at the best level, which was 443, because I went red to green and I know when to call it and I know when to respect it for the day and just walk away, right? I don't feel the need to risk more as long as my account is going up new all-time highs literally every single week, if not every single day or every single other day. That's the goal, man, is to get your account to new all-time highs every single day where you are always green. You understand how risk management position sizing works. You understand the best levels and the best trades for the day, which is something we understood. Even on a super bearish day, we're able to buy calls at the exact lows for the time being, where the best moves were made for the calls. Even on a super bearish day, even on a super bullish day, right? That was bearish day. Now, even on a super bullish day, we're able to buy puts at the exact level, scalp against the trend, right? So what you need to understand is if you are scalping super quickly in and out within seconds to minutes, it doesn't matter if you're going against the trend or if you're going with the trend. Obviously, it's a lot more beneficial and it's a lot more easier if you go with the trend. But if you are scalping against the trend on a day like this, if you can strategically get in at the exact top or the exact bottom where people least expect it, those contracts are going to be massive wins and you get rewarded for doing that. And that's what I do in a sense. People do not expect this stuff to be happening. And within those quick 5-10 minute moves where it goes in my favor and has a 1 point spike, those are massive profits. I'm telling you, man, if you can figure out how to scalp against the trend in a sense, you can make a very lucrative profit within just 5 to 10 minutes doing that. You just have to know how to do it. So in terms of some of the things, I just hope you guys are using, this information to your advantage, because I see so much incompetence within the market. People are holding their hopes, they're holding their losers, they're adding to their losers. They don't know what it is that they're doing. What I do is I scalp, I get in and out super quickly, and I have a very strategic strategy. I can profit with the trend, I can profit against the trend. I know how to do both. In terms of the overall trading plans, they have been trend reversals. That's my favorite style of trading, is quick, short-term snipe trend reversals. That's just my preference and what I prefer to do. Sometimes on a trend day, I'll go with the trend. So the issue, what I need you to understand is like, well, why aren't you focusing on trading the trend sometimes? The main reason why I haven't been trading the overall trend these past 2 days is simply because, so like for example, SPY had a very bullish day yesterday. Why was I focused on puts if it was so fucking bullish? Because it was at the best resistance levels for puts. And then shortly enough, the market crashes the next day, right? So what I'm telling you is the reason why I haven't been following the overall trend, but still making money off it, is because I like buying my puts and shorting the market when it's at the best resistance levels possible. And I like buying my calls when it's at the best oversold levels possible. Now, sometimes it's going to have those super bullish days when it's at the best resistance levels possible. But guess what? They still work. They still work for scalping. Even though I'm going against the trend, it still fucking works. And then sometimes it's just going to be a super bearish trend day instead of just having a massive gap down. And it would be a great day to just trade puts all the time, right? And then same thing for calls. Sometimes with the call options, it's just going to keep on going down overall for the day, but it should bounce first at my key levels. If it doesn't work at the first one, the second and third, should work out absolutely phenomenally in a sense for the most part, but you have to trade what you see, right? So the point I'm trying to make is the reason why I haven't been trading the overall trend these past 2 days, but still doing very, very well is because I like my puts at overbought levels at major resistance levels. And I like my calls at oversold levels at key support levels. Sometimes the market will have those bullish reversals at the oversold levels and it'll be a bullish trend day. Sometimes, like today, it'll just keep on going down, but even if it does, it'll try to bounce. And then same things for puts in terms of puts. Sometimes the market is just going to keep on going up, even though it's at the best resistance levels, but it should drop first, even if it goes higher at my key resistance levels. So if you're scalping, you're making money. And then sometimes it's just going to have a bearish, sometimes it's just going to get crushed. So it's not trying as a scalper. It's not, the trend isn't the most important thing in that sense. You're just trying to get in and get out. Whether SPY has a super bearish day or super bullish day, it does not matter because my scalps are still working. This is why some of you are going red on the day, because you hold your positions. And if you want to trade the trend, you have to trade with the trend, not against it. Now, if you want to scalp, you can scalp against the trend, but you cannot trade against the trend. A trader holds a position for a long period of time. A scalper gets in super quickly within seconds to minutes. That's the beauty of scalping, man. You can do it on a choppy day, on a bullish day, on a bearish day, calls, puts. It does not fucking matter. You can do it if you know how to do it. And it's carefree, it's stress-free. You cut your losses instantly, right? That's the beauty of this, man. Your losses are so small. Think about it. If you keep on losing because you're getting in so in and out quickly, you're going to start seeing some things. Why am I losing? Oh, my orders aren't filled out properly. I'm using the wrong broker. I'm not getting filled fast enough. I don't have the right setup. I'm not using the right order types. My plans are not good. I keep getting stopped out as soon as I enter. I need to be entering where my stop loss is. You're going to start noticing all these very small microscopic things that people don't notice because they're too busy holding their fucking hopes and holding their losers. If you want to create an edge, you do it by analyzing the very, very small thing that people don't see, the things in between the cracks, right? Why are people up 30%, 40% on puts yesterday? And then they go green to red and they give back all the profit. Why is that happening? Why is that happening? I already told you, because they're going against the overall trend and they're holding. You cannot hold a scalp if you go against the trend. You can only hold a trade with the fucking trend. So learn, man. Learn from people's incompetence. Learn from your own mistakes. Learn from other people's mistakes. You can literally create trading strategies, not just based off of charts, based off of people and their emotions and the mistakes that they're making. So I hope this was eye-opening and helping you out in a sense. I do apologize for the mic quality. I have to get a new mic. I'm getting that tomorrow morning. I was traveling and I lost one of the cables. But anyways, man, if you do want to be a part of Trader Society, it's the first link down below within the description. What we do works. You just have to do it the right way and be very, very strategic with the approach and be disciplined and trade what you see and not just blindly trade a plan. If you think trading is just as easy as making a plan and then just getting it at that key level, it's more than that. You have to actually read the chart, feel the vibe, read the price action, read your intuition. There's more than trading than just the key level, right? And I was able to tell my team that I'm not trading at the gap. I also told them 445.10 is not a good level. I hit it really quick, stopped out, quick loss, and then I made all my money back, 444, 445.50. That worked out perfectly. They all loved it. They banked on that. And then I told them 443, next best level. That was the exact lows. I didn't trade it. I already explained to you why. So for the most part, the team did phenomenal today. Fairly good for the most part. We did have a little bit more red than usual, but in terms of our overall results these past 10 days, it's been truly phenomenal. If you do want to join, it's the first link down below in the description. You get lifetime access to the Discord server, all my real-time trades, all my real-time analysis, all my key levels, to the daily analysis, to the traders. The traders absolutely crushed it. G-Roar crushed it on puts today. He kept crushing it on puts today. Big shout out to moderator G-Roar. Dimitri made over $15,000 on the day. He absolutely crushed it again. I'm going to be meeting up with him very, very soon. He's in New York City as well, so I'm meeting up with him by tomorrow. So we all crushed it, man. So if you want to join, it's the first link down below in the description. You also get access to the video lesson library. And I'm telling you, man, if you want to learn how to master trading, master scalping, this is going to be the right team for you. This is so much more than just watching YouTube videos. Like I said, you're getting my real-time analysis. Every single time one of my key levels hits, I'm going to tell my team, this is what I think about it. This is what I think about the confirmation. And then I'll tell them in real time if I enter the trade or not, right? It's all updated in real time, 100% spot on real time. If you like these videos, you're going to like the program 10 times more. Because like I said, you could just see the analysis. 11:6, you could just see the analysis. This is very, very clear. This was posted at 10:39 a.m. I don't like how we're reacting at the gap, so I will wait. That message right there saves someone from losing money on calls. And then I said right here, 445.10 is okay, but the best in my eyes is 444, 444.50. Everyone hit that lower zone, they all made profit. Then after that, I said right here, I said $443 is the new best level for calls. That was the exact low of day. And that was posted at 11:16 a.m., right? So I'm telling you, it's in the chat, man. It's all in the Discord. If you want to be in it, it's the first link down below in the description. With that being said, I have dinner plans right now, so I'm going to be heading out. I will see you guys in a new video, likely tomorrow. I'll probably post another one for you guys tomorrow. So peace.